Hello everyone, I'm pretty excited about today's topic. This is the first time I have made a MBTI video for my channel. It's definitely something I've wanted to do for a while now. I've been researching MBTI it's been about a year now, and I do not know everything there is to know. So this is just gonna be a perspective, just a personal perspective video of being a INTJ female and growing up. Some things I learned, just some lessons I've learned, and just the gratefulness I have now for having this very valuable tool to help me kind of navigate the world of especially relationships and people and social interaction. So yes, growing up, my home life was pretty simple. My mom was an ENTP, so she totally understood me and made things very simple for me. I had all brothers, and the brother I was really close to was an INTP, so there was a lot of NT-ness going on and not a lot of drama or difficulty at home. That was all pretty simple. Home was definitely my safe space. But outside of the home, social interaction was probably definitely a struggle. And also, I would say I was a pretty pessimistic child, pretty negative, definitely a perfectionist. Yes, definitely a perfectionist, and was hard on myself and on others, so it went both ways. So yeah, that was definitely something I struggled with. I would say when I was young, before preteen, I didn't see myself as different as everybody, like very different from everybody else. I just, I just did what everyone else did, just trying to fit in, not even really thinking about it. And I didn't notice that, I was like different at all until, or maybe not, okay, maybe that's not the right word, not different, but just interested in different things, maybe going in a different direction. Now, I was probably pre-teens, I started noticing that, and it progressively got more noticeable as I got to be a teenager. And I definitely really struggled with that. And definitely took it personal and started thinking that, oh, I'm really weird, what's wrong with me? And I don't blame other people, because it when you are different or are interested in different things or going in a different direction, it's not always easy for other people to understand. So after a while, I was just like, oh, Smay, why can't you just be interested in normal things? Like, when I was 9 years old, I was obsessed with things like, I was obsessed with learning like survival techniques or surviving in like extreme disasters or like government conspiracies or politics or natural health, or just really like, and a lot of stuff wasn't even necessarily outside influence. It was just like things that I got interested in. I would just go to the library. I would just get a ton of books. I mean, growing up, my family would pick on me because around my bed it would be stacks of books. I loved reading. I mean, from a really young age, probably, I would say 3 or 4, I wanted to read really bad, and I actually struggled with some learning disabilities, dyslexia and some other things that made reading hard. And that was so frustrating to me. Like, I would actually cry about it. And I wasn't an emotional child, but it was something I really desperately wanted. So when I learned how to do it, I was 8.5, and it became an obsession for me. And later on, as I got older, it became an escape too. In my teen years, I would say originally I liked people. I thought people were interesting. I mean, I didn't need lots of people, but I enjoy people. But definitely as I became a teenager, it was definitely like, no, I don't want anything to do with this anymore. I don't want people. I don't need people. It was an unhealthy state to be in. But yeah, I retreated more into books, projects, researching. I love nature. Just very very introverted, very alone time kind of pastimes. And I think this is what I think about the whole INTJ. Like, it seems the way INTJs are portrayed, and kind of how we kind of do it to ourselves, how we portray ourselves is just this like moody person who hates people, doesn't want to be around any kind of people, no social interaction, which I don't think is exactly a fair portrayal. I don't hate people. If you, and especially growing up, if you tested, like if I was a very observant child. I didn't pick up on social cues very much, but I was observant in other areas. So if you did not stick to integrity, or integrity was a pretty big thing for me. Just being plumb lazy, that was a big thing. I worked hard, and I believed in working hard. Just people who portray those kind of flaws, I would start not trusting you. Or even just like when you did like double things or backstabbing, like I would start not trusting you. And so that's how I am. Once you lose my trust, it's really hard to regain it again. So it's not that we hate people, but I am very observant. I'm not dumb. Like, I notice a lot more than I will ever say or let on that I do. So I guess what bothers me is the portrayal of INTJs, and even how INTJs portray themselves. But I think what it boils down to is a misunderstanding between INTJs and other personality types. Just the differences, and accepting the differences, and even just even for myself, like accepting my differences. And going back to what I was talking about, going through my teenage years, I spent a lot of time trying to change who I was, because I thought it was just me. I thought I was really weird, and that I needed to fix who I was if I was going to get anywhere in life. And that was not healthy. It is always best to be your authentic self. And that did not help my growth at all in many ways. And that's why I look at MBTI as a big blessing, because it helped me see that in myself, that I need to accept and be okay with who I am first. Not that I or other INTJs, we all have weaknesses. We all have things we need to work on. Like I am working on things. Even today, constant progression of self-improvement. That is very important, and it's what I strongly believe in. And work towards doing things outside of my comfort zone. man. Computer's acting up. Doing things outside of my comfort zone. That stretches me, and people might look at me like, oh, that's not, an INTJ wouldn't never do that, but I'm trying to learn, have learning experiences, meet new people, try new things. So yeah, we all have weaknesses and things we need to work on, but we need to first accept who we are as a person and be okay with that and not try to change ourselves or conform to something else. And I think once you do that, you lose your happiness, you lose your drive for life. And I definitely was, because growing up, a lot of the people I hung out with, like a lot of my friends and stuff, they were a lot of, well, and the majority of the girl population, ESFJ, ISFJs, ENFJs, ENFPs, not so much ENFPs and ENFJs, but yeah, definitely more than my type. And so trying to mimic or be like those types, and it's a waste of time. Like, you're not ever gonna be that. Be the best version of who you are. So I would say, as a word of encouragement to young INTJs, especially young INTJ females, that was definitely a lesson I had to learn, and I wish I had learned the lesson earlier, sooner than later, because I'm still dealing with some of that, and it's not a healthy place for a person to be. But I'm definitely grateful that, I've learned about this now, and I know now how I portray myself to other people, like how the kind of impression other people get from me, and the kind of impressions I get from other people, and like understanding that, and yeah, that is very helpful, very valuable, and yeah, I'm definitely grateful for the lessons I've learned, and I would love for as many people as possible to learn about this subject, because I think, yeah, like I said, it is very valuable.